focus, so they ban that out. And then they do pick the Storm, once again, going back for it. The CM with the Storm, given the aura, as well as that level 15 talent. And OG going with a Thompson Classic this time around, or will it be Anna? He's played it at least once this tournament already, so it's not always the Thompson one.
I feel like it is. I mean...
Yeah, they must think this hero... They're waiting to know he has a good matchup, and Storm, I'd say, is a decent enough one.
Yeah, and again, if you guys aren't very familiar with Thompson, he's a new addition to OG based on their recent partial disband, and the guy plays a lot of interesting heroes in his solo queues. So far at TI, his picks have been more standard, definitely, but Monkey King is one of those that he's been playing successfully in the past. So I would assume that he's going to know what he's doing here against Sumail, but again, it's also Sumail Storm. Sumail should know what he's doing in addition, so... Maybe he can get a lot of advantage there. That would be a good find for them. And it's definitely a core that can turn into a pressure hero. So somebody that Spectre's got to be a little bit worried about.
I'm excited to see it. You know, Thompson on one of his signature heroes, Sumail on his signature hero. Obviously one of the best, most mechanically skilled mid laners, but Thompson, you know, it's a bit of an unusual matchup. I don't know if Sumail's going to have played this Storm versus Monkey King all too much, so it could cause him some problems. Yeah,
I mean, Storm's a very slow hero. He's like 280 or 285 or something like that. Monkey King's more around 305, I think. He's got practically can attack as far as Storm Spirit can. It's not too far off there. But Storm does have high armor at least, so at least the damage that Thompson does and the lifesteal he gets back is not as high.
Yeah, if he's trading hits, like particularly level 1, level 2, Monkey King has no armor, doesn't trade very well. That Jingu level 1 doesn't really give you that much lifesteal even, so we'll see.
Kind of depends on his early items. A lot of times for Monkey King, it's like, well, I need Stout Shield because I have 0 armor, but I also really want Orb of Venom so that I can have a movement speed advantage and get more hits.
And then you really want the fast boots / face boots as well.
Exactly. And you also can't afford both Stout and Orb and have a lot of regen, so sometimes you just get out regened. It's kind of a hard gamble to meet here. But
one of those heroes that wants a lot of those really small items. And then you even want like a Ring of Aquila, so the small items really empower Monkey King, but yeah, it's like which one do you value the most? So right now,
stable stuff like Stout, Quelling, last hitting,
and he's got even the slippers. So we'll probably just see a fast Aquila, may even go like Boots Aquila and just not care about the like Orb of Venom you mentioned, as good as it is.
Tip trading here, don't know why. I really like the. Why can they do this so fast? Maybe there's a limit. I don't know. What do we got here? Oh, arrow coming through.
Arrow. Oh, barely clips. S4 almost ran out of that one here. Now they've got the right click. Give it to Thompson. He's got the last hit on it. Thompson with the first blood mid. Same story as last game. Well, that's going to make him a happy camper.
This is way superior to last game, because last game it was a Tiny that had to really hurt himself, but this time Venge hasn't even skilled a point, so he's fine. Thompson gets the first blood again, and just like we were talking about, those early items are, it's going to be a Sentry Ward. It's pretty boring, actually, but who knows? Maybe it'll matter. He's queuing up a Orb of Venom, at least. About 75 gold away from getting that. Just wants to have less high ground vision for his ally, or his opponent, I guess. Oh, they actually found the D ward. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I got the Sentry, I guess.
Okay. Sentry to get the D ward.
Builds a prediction. Play with most D wards by 15 minutes. I'm putting Thompson.
Hey, you're going to make me jealous, John. I'm not allowed to do that as the observer, because they want production value at TI for some reason.
Who needs
I'm jealous, man. I want my battle. I mean, my battle pass is already like level 1200, but for some reason
I'm a pleb. So.
I want to complete my achievements. That's true. You need this. It's important. So fast Orb of Venom is coming, which means now he's going to have this huge movement speed advantage against the Storm Spirit. It's 285 versus a 300 movement speed hero, so kind of scary for Sumail.
Jarex pulling them behind the tier 1 top tower, forces our TZ actually to TP. He scared them a lot there. Seb wasn't even there, but they didn't know about that because he just walked up, threw a wave, and forced a TP.
So he does end up killing the range creep, interestingly, with the arrow. I assume he wants to do this because it lets them pressure their opponent a bit more, less creeps to fight.
Well, the idea is you push the wave and then you use this side pull, but immediately you see Fly. Once he sees that happening, he blocks the big camp. Gotcha. So if this big camp isn't blocked, you side pull and you deny a lot of farm and get a lot of extra experience advantage.
Makes sense.
Back at mid, Thompson and Sumail trading hits quite a bit here. Sumail.
That's a kill right there.
Oh, very fire. It's almost a kill. He salved as well.
That was really close, actually. He almost salved up enough. He would have lived without dying, but Thompson barely getting enough damage in.
So I like this a lot, Kevin. OG have learned they kill Sumail. They don't tip Sumail. They tip Thompson. They tip the teammates. You don't want to taunt Sumail.
Good idea.
bad strategy doesn't work, stick to tipping teammates.
Positive reinforcement. Sumail also comes back with full HP. Topson's at a mere 40%. He does have a salve coming, as well as his null talisman, or his Wraith Band, that is.
And now he's going to have the second point in Jingu, so that's a lot more value. Doubles the lifesteal, and also with Boundless Strike, he can get that big lifesteal off of the whole wave.
Big mistake from Sumail, actually. I didn't see that one coming at all, but he used the Boundless Strike earlier to get a last hit. And they just walked up and slapped him a couple times.
This is definitely the lane to watch where Sumail is already struggling quite a bit here. And you can definitely see some unfamiliarity with this matchup. Topson, ooh, considers the Boundless Strike. He's going to go for it. Lifesteals off the entire wave.
Gets full health. Sumail's down to nothing again. He still has a salve, but man, that's very costly in this lane.
Yeah, Topson with a lot of last hits to go with this lane dominance. Has a haste rune as well. Ooh, that's a value rune.
Speaking of which, Ana is owning this game. 13-2 in last hits. But he's up against a Enchantress and a Nyx Assassin. So once he picks up Quelling, he can actually get last hits reliably here.
The lane will get harder. He's out of regen, and Enchantress with a few levels gets a bit trickier to deal with. Crit to return Carapace into an Impale. What a sick play from him. They kill Ana down bottom. They want No-Tell as well, and Crit's got plenty of regen here playing around with. He's playing around with, and should be fine. Back at mid, Topson, though, has got that second Boundless Strike point and killed off Sumail for the second time this game.
Now Topson's going to be in his comfort zone. We saw a game at the Red Bull Land in Toronto where he had an insane stomping game. It looked like he got so far ahead that the game was just over by 15 minutes, and maybe we'll see something like that this game.
Top lane there, trying to line up an arrow there, but a creep wave was kind of blocking Seb, so even if Jarek stunned either CM or the Spectre, would not have actually set anything up.
Magic Stick's really paying off in this lane too. Just more mana to cast these spells.
Yep. On the dire side, they have the CM aura, but it's only doing so much. That's actually a really annoying thing for Centaur, that the Nyx can proc Carapace on return.
Yeah, actually. Any right click he does, just instant Carapace stun.
Very clever play from him down bottom. As top lane Arteezy. CSing not great. 8 CS, 15 CS on the Mirana. Only the Storm who's actually managed to get some okay farm, but he's died twice, so that farm's kind of being given away, and Topson is level 5 already with Sumail just barely hitting level 4.
Yeah, the fact that he got 3 kills, well, 2 kills out of the solo lane. He got the first blood, obviously. The fact that he got 2 kills out of this lane before Sumail goes to jungle is really, really costly here. Maybe a little bit of the greed by Sumail thinking he could outplay the lane.
Something we didn't also talk about is that D-Ward gives experience, 100 experience, I believe.
Oh, that's a great point.
That's half your way to level 1, level 2. And
his allies left, so he got full experience.
Yes, got full XP for the D-Ward, which gave him a decent gold advantage and XP advantage, all from that level 1 First Blood and D-Ward.
All right, so if I'm Sumail, I'm just complaining that his team had to 5-man smoke to get him so far ahead that he could win the lane. That's the only reason I lost it.
That's definitely not the only reason, but those small things make a big difference in these mid 1v1 matchups, and this is definitely not like a entire reflection of what a pure 1v1 would look like between these two players and heroes.
Yeah, one of the things I really like about Topson is how much he tries to affect the map. Like right now, he just used his courier to run faster, went in and looked for Storms here in the jungle. Storm wasn't there. He ends up walking back to base and TPing to the other shrine. So it's like, rather than just sitting in AFK in his lane, he does try to get stuff for himself sometimes, or for help his team.
Ooh, they sidestepped the arrow, nicely dodged. Jarek's going to go down, and that means Arteezy will get that bounty rune, as OG do get 3, though. You can see just how dominant of a laning stage they've had when they can get 3 bounty runes.
A little scary here. They maybe can get a crit kill, but low on mana.
No-Tell gets the kill and may also get out of this one. He disarms the Enchantress with the level up. He's going for the deny. Not quite successful. Not enough duration on that Fate's Edict. As Ana's going to, ferry S4 back to the lane.
He's like, hit me, please. I can't hit you.
Let me accompany you.
Slows him down, I guess. I don't know, for fun.
I think that really was just a bit of fun and taunting. Back at mid, it's an empty lane. Topson, level 7. Storm, level 5. He's in the jungle. He's not happy right now.
Well, you got an Arcane. That feels a lot better, I must say.
The jungling efficiency. Would love to hit level 6 and maybe make some moves just so he can find some kills somewhere on the map.
They're smoking around. Does he have Boundless Strike? No, he doesn't have Primal Spring yet.
So sees him. Wants to get a deep ward. Gets one behind the tier 1. Maybe ward the rest of the jungle as well. Sumail's going to run right into this Venge stun. There's going to be a Fortune's End to follow it up, most likely. Can they actually get this kill? They don't have the Monkey King, but I don't know if they need him. They purge off the Purifying Flames, and they get the kill. The second one.
There it is. Topson's in his zone, man.
Oh, he sees Fly. He does kind of reveal the fact there's a ward there here. I'm not sure if they'll... I mean, we'll be able to get this kill most likely with the Jingu, and May pay for it with a D ward, but
all right, he's online, guys. It's happening. This is Topson Monkey King, man. If he gets into this play zone, he knows exactly what his limits are. He keeps track of his opponents. I mean, great rotations from the supports as well on OG's side to pick off a storm like that.
He actually went double Wraith. This is something you see on heroes that often go for Hurricane Pike, but Monkey King is not going Hurricane Pike. He just wanted the extra stats.
This reminds me actually so much of the game they snowballed in front.
Bottom lane, Ana was getting dove under his tower for a second and missed the stun as he pokes his nose out now. For all the good early game CS he had, he is struggling now and losing his tower. Arrow will hit a siege creep, at least one of the 2 siege creeps.
I think that's absolutely fine here.
This is classic Ench things. Get double siege creep, push towers.
Ooh, great glyph here. It's going to get a couple. That'll put the tower in deny range. I don't know if they're going to be able to...
I don't know if that is such a great glyph. Since it's going to get denied, it should get denied.
Or will it?
They wouldn't bait. They're bringing everyone in down bottom, so it looks like they are trying to bait it.
Okay, makes sense.
By the way, Sumail almost died again. He had to use all his mana to bowl away from Topson, but back at bottom, they have gone in. Arrow, crit, kind of blocks it. Not sure if it was going to hit S4 or not, but he can say he saved his life there. As EG getting pummeled in this early game.
No kidding. 3K advantage at this point is insane.
Yeah, look at this Radiant Vision. There's ward. They know they're ahead and that EG is going to catch up by jungling, so they ward everywhere. In the jungle, in the lanes. They are persistent with their warding.
It's got to feel good after the first game where they just had laning troubles. Yep. I haven't taken a look at the offlane very often lately. So on the bright side, Arteezy's 40-6, so he's doing well.
Yep.
Net worth-wise, it's not beautiful compared to the giant net worth of Topson. But the interesting thing is, how is Topson going to transition? Because even if he does have a really good lane, it's still about execution. That's one of the problems with Monkey King sometimes. So he's got to turn this advantage into something while still pressuring the cores. And now that Storm's 6, he's more survivable here. Getting these kills are harder. Although if he does get chain stuns or Fortune's End root follow-ups, that could work really well. Oh, they actually didn't deny the bot tower. A bit of a mistake there. Yeah. Must not have gone back. That's kind of a big loss.
They kind of forgot about it as bottom lane. Sumail, oh my gosh, he doesn't even get a chance to ball on out. Double damage. Monkey King drops on top of him, takes him out. Feels like Arteezy, as much as he's like kind of the carrier on the spectrum, he needs to be using this haunt as much as possible to help his team find kills. Like, he's probably should be telling his team, set up a gank for me and I will haunt and help secure them. Mid lane, Arteezy though is getting ganked himself. So
that was an illusion, I'm pretty sure. That was insane. He already had Jingu Mastery from the Storm, right?
Oh yeah, so he still even has 2 left.
Gave him 2 little baby hits and that guy died.
Yeah.
He's even got 2 points in Dispersion and an Aqua. He's got high armor and survivability.
Sumail comes back mid. He's going to immediately be sent away from mid. Topson is just unstoppable right now. Has 2k gold. He hasn't spent it yet. He's got the Echo Saber queued up, which is just this early game fighting item. Allows you to easily get those Jingu stacks.
It's really good in this position because you're playing against a bunch of heroes that are like pre-6 usually. So against like a CM, by the time you get your stun off and hit somebody with a single time and an extra Echo Saber hit, you're going to get your 4th proc off and very often get a kill.
Yep.
So it's huge for snowballing right now.
Moonlight Shadow was used. Moran at bottom. Going to get out of there. As top lane, they do look to initiate on S4. He gets the heal off though. Can they burst him before the heal really kicks in? It doesn't look like that's the case. And Ana forced to TP on out. The heal should be enough. The Impale comes a little bit too late.
Has no Desolate.
Get it off in time.
I don't know if he would have gotten the kill either way, but certainly would have helped a little bit. And first Haunt, not getting them anything other than covering S4 a bit.
Yep. And good news, Topson bouncing around is being scouted by Dire Vision, so they've got these wards to help protect themselves a little bit. Fly will secure the other bounty room, which Topson immediately becomes aware of. Oh, they see Fly TPing in.
All right.
That should be the death of the core Crystal Maiden. Boundless Strike is there. Topson will finish him off. Sumail, though, poaches the regen bottom, so small little consolation.
He's gotten good runes for jungling, that's for sure. This one will be helpful. Maybe they try to pressure Spec again. He's going to end up hitting the jungle. I do like how EG is kind of sitting their lanes right now. They're putting S4 in the lanes that are dangerous. If he just stays top, killing him is hard, and therefore killing the tier 1 tower is hard. And if they just...
Oracle brought down. But yeah, putting S4 in these tricky lanes was working well. But then this Monkey King now has enough attack speed as well as an Echo Saber to do whatever he wants. Godlike at 11 minutes. This is the Topson Classic.
It really is.
This is also the Monkey King like Snowball Classic. Like when you have that good lane and have that good start, he's impossible to stop.
And this is against one of the best players in the world. It's just an incredible performance. I'm glad you guys got to catch it because I was really excited watching him play a Monkey King just like this the other day. So they still got to stabilize somewhere. Storm has basically been jungling all game. Spectre has to basically jungle or stay off lane most of the time, or at least go to lanes where his opponents aren't at. And now finally they're able to actually deal with the Enchantress semi-straightforward. He only has 2 points in Untouchable, but it's kind of hard to just get more Untouchables.
Yep. Crit,
right
now level 6, with the help of the experienced home, is in a much better shape to actually set up ganks or even just scout out enemy heroes, which in itself is valuable. So.
But with these tower kills, it's going to be more gold being flooding into the supports. So No Tail's got sentries, Venge has sentries. They have ways to defend against this and start dewarding.
I mean, I think the call has to be for EG, you got to start defending towers. You know, Nyx Vendetta initiate, bring in the Storm now. He's got treads. That's all he's got, but that's at least something that is completed. He just finished it now, 12 minutes in.
Okay.
Say no to OG's tower pushes. Bring in the Spectre Haunt. Like, once you have Haunt, maybe that's probably what you're waiting for. Then you defend a tower, and you let towers go if you don't have Haunt.
It's so hard for them to fight, though. RTZ still going multiple points in Dispersion, knowing that him getting ganked is by far the biggest danger here.
Yep.
So taking some damage. This 4 going to be forced to pop out of Seal. Can you dispel that? No, you cannot. That would be broken.
Yeah, Nature's Attendant being removed. That hero would be useless if that was the case.
Absolutely.
Unless you like 10th Victor like a Brood.
So trying to defend a little. They are slowing things down a smidgen, but when the Monkey King comes, things get a little scarier. Where is he at, actually? He's
Hunted
here.
by Crit's Nyx Assassin.
Oh, he's a haste rune. He's a hasted haste rune. I was like, where's the monkey? I can't find it. It's a cloud. This is great. A great little guy here.
Now
barely see him.
Had the cloud, got rid of the cloud.
It's fun. It's like one of those things that only if you play like 1,000 games of Monkey King, you're like, oh, I can turn into a haste rune and run really fast. This is fun. Let's abuse this. You know? Sometimes you just get so confused by those things that it does give you that little fraction of a second to initiate anyways.
Sure. No Tail. Oh, is he going to be scouting these trees? Crit checked one side. The Haunt, going to find him on the other. The Impale. Oh, he misses Crit. Instead, though, it's Monkey King. They got the bigger kill. That's where Ortiz was really going. Thompson's streak has been ended by the Storm. We've got ourselves a game. This is not over yet, say EG. You may have got this good early game start, but all it takes is a kill or two to punish that. And Sumail, of all people, getting the last hit.
700 gold, that's big. Picks up level 9. Still working on his Kaya, though, so it's not super independent by himself, but he was playing around the enemy jungle. Maybe he got caught on trees. It's kind of what it looks like. Looks like they ball lightning to cut his trees. Stunned him for 4 seconds, if I had to guess.
He got Carapace as well by something. Maybe.
Are you sure? No, that's from the bottom.
Oh, that's from bottom. Oh, that's Nyx. Just kidding. Just kidding. Who knows?
So once again, same thing. S4 goes the lane. That's dangerous. Is difficult to kill. He's got a Dragon Lance now. Helps a little. Yep. And his Chorus farm. Jungle again. Must be nice to have a CM if you're a Spectre, though, in a game like this, because killing neutrals is not fast. So at least he has lots of mana to spam Spectral Daggers all the time.
Yes. Yeah. Push out waves that little bit faster, too, just when you can dagger them, doing that AoE damage. Why not? But want to see OG. That's kind of a wake-up call, you know. As good as this game has gone, and for Thompson specifically, you're godlike at 11 minutes. When you die, that's a lot of gold being given away. He's considering the ultimate in mid. Ortiz. I'm afraid, though, as he continues to farm.
Yeah, if he had a little cover there, or maybe one other hero with a stun, that could have worked out.
Again, though, it's Crit, though, on the Nyx. He's scouting everyone out, giving intel for the team. Valuable in itself. He may just snipe a Curry here. That's gold for the team. And you take those.
Other 2 heroes smoke. It's Anna as well as No Tail shifting over. They know that the cores are on the other side of the jungle. At least they expect it. They're going to find the support, though.
It's the bounty runes, too. Very common play that we're seeing more and more of is these smokes and moves, team rotations around bounty runes, knowing that, hey, worst case scenario, it may just be one hero, but hey, you'll take that one support kill.
They did get 3 either way, so
yes.
1 kill, 3 bounties, small advantage there.
Oh, yeah.
Thompson's still aiming to get a BKB
when recognizing he may as well just go straight into this pseudo-invulnerability item. My Anna forced to Stampede just to run the hell out of here, but
this is really
damage. Yeah, Sumail suddenly realized, oh wait, we can actually kill this guy.
The single value point of enchant is so good. It's 3.75 seconds of slow. So that's all.
Such a big slow. 55% slow is incredible.
Yep. So Thompson pushing on top, pushing a little towards farming more so than ganking the last bit of time. But it is kind of hard to get kills. It's like one of those moments where you do a great job stomping your lanes, getting some ganks off, but then because you're contracting the map so much, your opponents are just kind of near each other all the time, and getting those kills becomes even harder. But this could be one good grab they could get, but no, he's gonna jump away, Storm TPing, and that would have been a great snag. They could have gone for the chain stun, maybe a frostbite follow-up and Stormball, and that would have been a Thompson kill, so he gets out just in time.
Going to Roche instead. The arrow to start things off here. The Venge wave maxed out. Level 4 wave of terror going to reduce Roche's armor by quite a lot here. And EG, they've got all their spells and ultis, but except for Vendetta, which is probably a pretty important one considering that's how you would scout out the Roshan pit. EG just don't seem to realize Roche is going on right now. They've circled the area, but they're expecting them on the high ground, on the plateau.
It's taken a while to do this. Wave of Terror is helping, but...
Yeah. Seb's like, I'm going to leap out just for this arrow, and...
That's how they're desperate.
Yeah.
They don't have bottom ulti either. Maybe it's just one of these like unexpected moments, or maybe they realize like, look, this pressure thing that we're trying to do isn't working. Let's just take Roche, because they're not even crossing the river most of the time. They're just looking for us when we're across the map. He casts his ulti, he's just worried.
Okay.
I think that's more than fine, to be honest.
They're kind of in a farming state until they get their BKBs, which Thompson mostly has his, so he's going to have to wait a little bit longer, but even other players like Mirana just want to complete her BKB, so it may just be, 2 minutes of farming while they wait for their items, as well as the Wukong's command to come back up, and then they can go and do something with the Aegis. Yeah,
because once they finish the BKBs, they don't have to worry about Sumail doing Sumail things, like getting kills and snowballing like crazy. For now, they're looking for the Centaur, though.
Yeah, they start things off with a Carapace into an Impale. The Storm shows up as well, and great little gank there. Arteezy gets the kill, moves forward looking for a second one, but the Moonlight Shadow was there to get him out. And this is the power of EG's lamp, is the ability to find these pickups and kills.
Really feels like if Crit was having a rough game, or if he was playing bad, they would be so far behind. Yeah. But he's been everywhere he needs to be. He's been setting up kills. He's been coordinating with his team and making things happen. If not for that, it feels like they would be completely lost right now.
Yeah.
Once again, there he is.
Another kill, yeah. It's nothing glamorous about it. He's 1-4-4. It's like not a crazy scoreline or anything, but it is right now probably the most high impact stuff happening on his team. He is enabling the Storm to have a game right now, as well as Spectre.
And he's just always by his enemies. Like the crazy thing about how far ahead OG is that if they had a gem, this whole thing would be shut down. So it's almost like if their tempo would have been a little bit worse and they start stomping mid-game, it felt like they could have been doing whatever they wanted to. But instead, Crit just gets to scout them constantly.
It's one of those rare games where maybe you wish you did just buy an early gem on someone like Centaur.
Yeah.
To stop that from happening a bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many defensive wards. They would have cleared a lot of them on EG's side. But now EG's been able to get back into this. Only barely a 1K advantage, going for the swap here.
Lightning coming on in, but there's going to be a 2-man stun here. Storm actually balled into that one a little bit, but they don't have any good follow-up, so Sumail going to continue to try and bring down Ana here. He may need some additional help. Yeah, he's very, very tanky. The return doing some damage. Nice disjoint on the magic missile. Sumail. Oh, the Venge illusion. No! Sumail! One more hit. Oh. He gets it. Oh!
Oh, man. It's worth it in the end.
They hurt so much, and Monkey King comes in to clean up Fly.
And there was also a dead Arteezy that Thompson cleaned up somewhere without using his ulti.
Yeah, that can happen. That's a Monkey King for you, and that's going to force a CM buyback. The game had finally started to look like it was stabilizing for EG, and that they were going to be in a position where they could go late game, get Spectre some items, get Storm some items, and then OG say, no, we've got this Aegis, we're going to bully you.
Ooh, that was a really good frostbite. Actually, it changed everything. If he gets his ulti out there, throws the stun, pops BKB or something, they can get some kills.
Thompson going for the ultimate, knowing that's going to maybe help bring down S4. The arrow, though, yeah, hitting Jerickson. S4 getting bullied by the Wukong's command. He's going to go with the BKB, but he immediately runs away. So Thompson, not quite the initiation he was hoping for. They're all tipping into this shrine. Can they get killed? Sumail, they've got a Boundless Strike forward. He gets deleted. Great play from Ana as well as Thompson there to get that kill here, but they're not done. EG, they say that's a lot of your disables being used here. Thompson gets brought down first. The CM ulti is going flying, and that's going to last a long time. That's going to be there when the Monkey King respawns Thompson. He can't leap away. The arrow's going to completely miss. He didn't know where Fly was. He didn't have vision on the high ground. Thompson has a Boundless Strike in a couple of seconds. He's got it now. Can he get it off? It doesn't look like it, as they kill him as well. All of a sudden,
that's a hard thing with Monkey King, man. Like you have to execute perfectly in some of those crucial moments. Like if he popped BKB before he started to hit the Enchantress, it would have changed everything. Because then he would have instantly got the first hit off. He would have got an Echo Saber proc. Probably would have gotten 4. Maybe finishes off Enchantress, but instead it just becomes hard. Can't quite spot him. No other stuns.
Yeah, use both Carapace and Impale to initiate, but that will definitely slow down this OG momentum. They've gotten a bit too aggressive going for that high ground play with the Monkey King, and like you say, the Monkey King, the way the BKB usage is, it's very difficult to time when you need to use it, and with a hero like Monkey King, a lot of the time is making sure you get your Wukong's command off, which with the long cast time can be very tricky to do. We saw it get cancelled several times there. The CM Frostbite really changing things a lot. Yeah,
it was huge. Could played that fight really good. They've got an invis set up on S4 though, so they need some rotations are coming. Seb on the way as well. There's a lot of creeps in the area though, so he knows what to fear. It's gonna be close. Oh, so close. Maybe the Centaur ulti a mistake there, kind of revealing thing. But with that said, there was an observer ward over here that did spot some rotations, so he was probably gonna back no matter what.
Maybe it helped Miranda even get there sooner with the movement speed for the arrow, but
that's true.
Here we go. OG right off of that will go smoke directly towards mid lane. They see Arteezy, they want to go on him. He's going for this Manta style build. We saw this yesterday from Resolution, knowing that if you go for this greedy Radiance build up, it can be so hard to get there without your team losing the game in the process. So get this intermediary kind of stat item, farming item. Radiant Scan will see the Crystal Maiden, but at the same time, Crystal Maiden seems to know where they are.
Yeah, she put a sentry on the high ground. That means they both know that they are aware of each other.
Oh yeah, the sentry was still giving that short.
It's going to run out. Fly's going to have to, Nova for this one. Use a Tango 4. Well, this could cost him.
Yeah, Thompson doesn't want a BKB for that one and won't have to.
It is scary dewarding as a support, I must say. You always worry about moments like that. But a big kill for him. That's going to give them pretty much easy leeway to take this tier 1 tower. Any dead hero means your opponents are probably not going to start a fight.
Yep. So bottom tier 1 goes down. They may look to keep on pressing this bottom lane, although Arteezy will use that as a positive sign. They're pushing bottom. This is freedom for me to go farm these other lanes. Top lane's fairly safe. Mid lane, enemy jungle. He doesn't have to go and defend because he can always haunt in should there be a fight. But they actually get the stun initiation on their S4. Follow-up stun as well. Storm goes falling in. Here comes Arteezy with the haunt. He's looking for the initial kills. The Wukong's command does come out though and tops it with a BKB. As does Seb on the Mirana. These BKBs may be too much for EG to handle. They kill off both Spectre and Nyx, but they lose a couple supports in the process. But just supports as Sumail gets stunned at the sideline. He needs to fall out. He's going to go for the kill first. He dodges the arrow with the ball forward. Seb thought he had him, but he got baited. It's going to be a team wipe. What a play from EG as they completely obliterate OG in the bottom lanes. It started out okay looking for OG with the Wukongs, but Sumail just demolished them.
Yeah, they got out of the Wukongs really fast is what it felt like on EG's side. There's just a lot of Spectre illusions. I'm sure that helps as well. Haunt's just tanking attacks. And the Oracle got killed almost instantly by the Orchid. And from there, it was just kind of straightforward. Monkey King couldn't fully commit to get a kill. He ended up getting really low in the engagement. Probably, I think, S4 just pinging away the whole time.
S4 did 3,000 damage, the most of the entire EG side.
Yeah, just sitting back, throwing impetus the whole time. And with the Hurricane Pike, able to... I mean, isn't that how it started, though? They went on the Enchantress, he forced up, and then it became like a team fight. It was maybe a little bit of a overly expectant team fight.
If you're going to initiate on the edge, you need to blow her up. That's one of those scenarios where the hero you jump when you're diving a tower has to instantly die. If they survive, 99 times out of 100, you're just instantly losing that fight unless you're just miles ahead because you've committed so many spells and resources to that one kill, and all S4 used was, a Hurricane Pike and his heal. The rest of his teammates had all their spells available.
Yeah, and hard to pick him off, definitely. Yeah, because Monkey King has to be concerned about where he drops his ultimate and who's closest by to get a couple hits off. Definitely difficult to play Monkey King sometimes. Doesn't get spotted here by the sentry, but Enchant certainly sitting around to wait. Oh, did they know? Okay. I think they saw. Oh, there's a free bounty rune here. So as these fights go okay for EG, it just means that their cores are going to get into a better and better place. And in the ultra late game, they have better carries. Centaur has not really paid off. It worked well in the laning stage, I feel like. But ever since then, he just feels like a stun and a double edge, maybe.
It almost feels... I wonder if this is a reaction to their games yesterday, like a confidence thing where Ana just doesn't want to be playing these carries anymore because it's like 2 games in a row where Seb on a win range and now Mirana, they're not really carries, but they are the scaling core as well. Ana's been playing Centaur, which is the non-scaling core, like what would traditionally be your 3-position offlaner. Oh, Carapace again as a setup. Ana does have the backup from Seb, and actually it's Crit who's maybe unfortunately gone into a fight he probably shouldn't have, as he will pay for that one with his life.
Does cost him a BKB.
Yeah.
I think he was... Yeah, I was hoping to just like one-shot somebody. Maybe Mirana was full HP, but and Jax does pick up a gem now, so it's a gem on the Mirana. That means they should get a lot of good map control from this. I think maybe what they're thinking about the Centaur actually is the way to kill towers. The problem being that like he maxed out his stun second just because he had Blink Dagger fast, which makes sense. But then they didn't have somebody just stand and tank the tower because the return is still amazing at blowing towers up. So I feel like maybe that was what he was thinking there, perhaps.
Bottom lane, they've scouted out S4 with an Invis Jerex Venge.
There's a lot of heroes nearby, though. Storm and CM.
And this has gone poorly before. They do get the stun before he gets the heal off. The second follow-up stun is there. Storm goes bowling in, though, with the Haunt, though. I feel like we've seen this one before. Storm immediately hunting down Jerex. Do they have detection? Doesn't look like it. They do for the Venge, but they do bring down Centaur. He got scouted out. They don't find Jerex in the side. Juke back to the shop. And this one, not as catastrophic as last time, but it's the same thing. Maybe ignore the Enchantress.
They were way off on being able to kill that guy. That was a really poor choice to jump. They didn't have anyone nearby.
They scout him out, though. They get the Frostbite on. He didn't BKB for this one, but he does finally get it off a bit too late, though. Can he actually survive through the Impetus damage with a false promise? He's going to stay alive a bit longer, but I don't think he's surviving those Impetuses. He wants to kill S4. Does he have enough life to with the Jingu? No, sirree. He's dead. 4 dead on OG's side. Spectre did go down in the process. He died inside at Wukong's command, but that is not worth it for OG.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically everything Topson did. Another stun on Feb here, or Seb,
that's the gem.
And the gem pickup crit, just always in the right place. And now we're seeing the late game problems with Monkey King. Topson's doing a great job, but by the time he got his ultimate off, he was already at half HP. That forces out the fast Oracle ulti, and he got some lifesteal out, but he's still hitting a guy that has high armor, is reflecting with Dispersion, maybe even had Blade Mail active, and then S4 just sits in the back and pings for a ton of pure damage, and there's not a good solution, actually. It's actually kind of a hard counter for Monkey King, because he's magic immune, he has stupid high armor, but he's still taking pure damage.
And he's also outside of the ring. He's not even getting hit by the little fake Monkey Kings, so...
So it's a really hard lane for Sumail. He went like 0-5 and 0, 0-4 and 0. Now he's 6-6 and 6. So he's super caught up since that point. And it's hard for OG to transition from this.
Well, how do they transition from this? Is it just, you know, getting... Is there an item or some kind of situation where they're going to be looking a whole lot better? They've got like an Axe queued up on Centaur. Mirana's finally going back for some damage jams after the BKB with a Maelstrom.
I mean, Axe is definitely a good place to go. I mean, he'll grab the 75 damage talent, but I just don't...
Roshan, that's what they want.
I don't see a way that Centaur really transitions as a hero damage-wise, unless they just like had advantage and they just kind of ended mid-ranks, kind of a thing. Maybe
so they know that gem's being taken away, and Storm's just going to go balling in, forces out a BKB immediately, then he balls out.
He was ready to do
Heads up play, and once again, it's this Storm with the mana loss aura coming out from the CM. So his spells cost such little mana. He's also regenerating mana constantly. Arteezy's got dust of his own. He says, I'll carry the detection. He goes haunting in, finds the Oracle immediately. He's looking for more. Topson already low. Once again, he's just going to die to these Impetuses. The false promise is just going to delay the inevitable. S4 knows he's dead. He finds a new target. It's Anna's Centaur, and that's a 3rd hero kill. It's just a 6,000 gold lead, but it feels all over. There's just nothing OG can do in these team fights. Seb's forced to just keep leaping away. And it's fight after fight, the same story. All EG, all mid to late game long.
I don't know what the item solution is that's going to make OG win these fights. Like, I'm thinking Blade Mail maybe on Monkey King, but that doesn't make sense because he's popping heal on Enchant. It's just like they got past this point, they tried to hit this timing, and they were super stomping, but when they went high ground in that one mid push, they needed to get a Rax there is what it feels like. And it needed to maybe be like a Centaur with a Buckler maybe just tanking tower hits or something. I don't know if Vanguard's maybe Vanguard's the wrong item build. Maybe you needed like a Hood there or something, but I'm not sure.
I think it's, like you say, there's no obvious item that comes to mind. It's not really an item thing. It was, they needed to snowball this game. They were doing that, but at some point it stopped. You know, the Monkey King's very first death when he had the godlike streak at like 15 minutes, gave away a lot of gold to Sumail. And then it was a couple of team fights in a row where they just didn't get that good Wukong command off. They will find crit here. That's a nice kill. He's actually got a gem here, so well worth using those BKBs, and he walked into a sentry ward, unfortunately.
So it's about time they were able to punish him, because he's been all over the enemy base setting things up. I feel like, I kind of feel like if Centaur goes like Hood Buckler with a Stout Shield, it would have been better. Because then you just, like, Centaur has a lot of problems, right? You need HP regen, you need survivability against physical, so Vanguard is usually common, but against towers, Vanguard sucks. It's better to have like a Buckler, and there's also a lot of magic damage. maybe that would have made a difference. Go like Blink, Buckler, Hood, perhaps. I'm not sure. But they've definitely lost their window a bit, and they need to take really good team fights, and they need to gank well. But Topson's built team fight this whole time. Scotty BKB, great item build if he can keep people in a circle, but he's really far away from level 25.
Yeah. I do like this Satanic he's got queued up. Maybe even an item he should have gotten earlier, because that synergy with the False Promise, he could actually maybe have survived when he's right-clicking Arteezy and getting plonked by Impetuses if he has that extra bit of crazy lifesteal.
It feels like they've been able to deal with him pretty well, though, especially because his BKB is down to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So as soon as that runs up, Frostbite him, do a Impale, just slow him a little bit with Storm Spirit. Like, they can just deal with him.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to solve all their problems by any means. It's a small lifestyle improvement. As Crit will see once again. Run in, scout some things out. Sumail going in. He's got the follow-up with a double damage rune. He wants to find Topson first, and Topson did not BKB for this one. He's just going to die without using it. Swap out onto Seb. He's trying to just save the gem here. Seb's just trying to run. Says, take my teammates, but not me. My life for my kingdom, says Big Daddy No Tail.
One save there. They pop BKBs, but yeah, the instant catch on Monkey King was huge. So he might have gotten nullified, because I know Spectre has picked that up this game, but great jump from Sumail. Pops the Shivas for vision, does a ball lightning. He could see everything. Haunt as well. They jumped on it. Very possibly was the nullifier, because I think that's why they picked this up. They know that if Monkey King doesn't get his BKB off, he's dead. Yep. Nullifier and Orchid, that guy's dead.
Yeah, there's 2 heroes with BKBs, and one of them is a much bigger threat. It's the Monkey King, not the Mirana, that this Nullify can be very effective against.
It's just so important that, like, the hard thing about Monkey King again is it's all about execution. Can you get your BKB, or can you get your ulti off? And ideally you'll do your BKB afterwards, and ideally you do your stun afterwards. But if it doesn't go in that order, your hero just is a lot harder to execute if you're against super mobile heroes like this. And that way Storm has been really effective. They're going to start on him at least.
Yeah, they're actually just going to blow up Sumail. That's his first life, but still being able to take away that first life in such a cheap way. Pretty damn nice. They can't magic missile the projectile. Disjoinable by the ball lightning, as we've seen already, and Storm's going to just go falling right back in. Take out Jerks to sound things off here. In the middle of this is Arteezy Spectre. He's got a cheese, though. He's just going to man up and take down the Monkey King with the Nullifier. No BKB for you. 2 fights in a row. He just couldn't get it off, and they're on the high ground. No buyback except the Mirana. They're going to GG out. EG have turned around a bad start here in game number 2 and taken down OG, showing great resilience.
OG had a fantastic laning stage across the board. I mean, Topson super dumpstered mid, but Sumail just is one of those games where you just got to realize, like, in the late game, I'm going to be able to come back from this, and we're going to pick you off, and we're going to stomp you in the late game. We've got Spectre, we've got Storm, we have CM, we've got Nyx. There's so many options, like, but the players that got them back in the game was certainly Crit. Crit was like the guy that from the beginning to the end was like doing an amazing job making stuff happen, and he was the only guy that even got found half the time. He was making it hard to kill himself, at least delaying OG's the time that it took for him to even get killed by